Matthew, it's your birthday. What am I gotta say about that? Not a lot, actually. But I have these 5 questions that William wants me to answer for your birthday. I can't just ad lib, can't do what I want. Gotta stick to William's script. How do you live with a brother like that?
Hey, moron. Marty. Sorry, hey, Marty. I heard you were having a birthday, as most people do each year, which shocked me, and I was asked to put a little tribute together. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the song together in time, so we're gonna have to settle for this instead. Bit of a second rate, but still, it's better than nothing. So without further ado, I'll just comment on some of my favorite things about you.
What's the funniest thing you've seen Matthew do?
He's a funny guy, sometimes. The first thing I can think of is we were water tubing and he was driving the boat. And my shorts got ripped off. And like a gentleman, Matthew says he'll get them. So there Riley is at the front of the boat ready to reach for my bathing suit as they were floating in the water. And Matthew says, no, I'll do it myself. So he does another loop. And as he's passing by, the rope from the tube hits my bathing suit and it sinks to the bottom of the lake, never to be seen again. And Matthew is the one to blame for that because he wanted to pick the bathing suit up himself. And I pee myself every time I think of that story.
What's the funniest thing I've ever seen Matthew do? Well, there's obviously been a lot over the years, but the best one that comes to mind is we were out dirt biking, and he goes to do this wheelie. So he does the wheelie, then as he's bringing the front of the bike down, I guess he hit the gas again because the front goes up again. And he kept doing this, he kept like feathering the gas, so he's just going up and down on this like long drawn out wheelie. He's doing circles doing it, and we have our microphones on so we can hear each other, and he is just laughing his head off, and so was I, because it was such a odd and funny sight to see as he just keeps going up and down on, on the wheelie. It was great. You really had to be there.
Happy birthday, Marty. One of the funniest things you've probably done is work with me. That was fucking hilarious.
I think one of the funniest thing I've seen Matthew do is right before he got rid of his last car, he not only let Fletcher jump all over it and beat it up, we also drove it up the hill, and it almost got stuck at the top on its way up.
One of the funniest things I've seen Matthew do. Well, there's a lot. Some questionable things in there, I'd say, but the one story that comes to my mind is when he had the blue Audi that Poland gave him, or sold to him, whatever the situation was. The shaggin' wagon. And then it stalled, I don't know, something happened, and then we had to push it all the way up this hill in Midhurst, and I was dying, but it's a really funny memory it was just a funny story, so.
The funniest thing I've seen Matthew do is lose to me 18 times in a row in my Viper ACR in Forza. Devastating. And his Back in Black is pretty funny too.
And now a word from our entertainment correspondent in the field, Gabe Salem.
Okay, Dimitri, yes. I'm on now. Hello, and happy birthday to you, Matthew. This is great. I'm just sort of between activities here, but of course, when a request comes through the door for a birthday greeting, who can you trust but your friend Weird Al, a.k.a. Gabe Salem, a.k.a. Miguel Sanchez. The funniest thing I ever saw you do, or if this is to a larger audience, and Matthew doesn't even get to see this video, the funniest thing I ever saw Matthew do was sit in the back seat of the car. I believe it was a cabriolet. I don't remember the color, but you were in a kid's seat, and your dad gestured to you, to the car in front of us, and he said, "Matthew, what is that?" And you said, "Slowpoke."
Funniest thing you've ever seen Matthew do? Well, where where do I begin? He's a pretty funny guy. He's never trying to be funny. He's a pretty funny guy. But we were in Vegas, and every single horse that he bet on was the losing horse. Like, literally every horse. The 2 horses he didn't bid on were the winners. But it was so funny. We all fell to the ground. And that was probably the funniest thing I've seen Matthew do. What doesn't Marty do that's funny? There's so many things. Every life decision he makes, he's just so unsure. Is this a good idea? Even though he knows what he's going to do, he vets it by you like 100 times, and everybody says it's not a good idea. He's like, really? Really? And then does it anyways. That's probably the funniest thing Marty does, and he does it every day.
The funniest thing I've ever seen Matthew do is easy. See, this one time there was this bush, and okay, so maybe I never saw him do that. But still, there's plenty of funny memories with Matthew. Doing stupid things at the cottage, trying to fight Fletcher when we all know that's not going to go well. Even the driving is comical, so there's plenty of material there. Heck, maybe the funniest thing he's ever done was just pay me $50 to unfriend people on Facebook. Who knows? It's all great.
To whom it may concern, what is the funniest thing you've seen Matthew Martin do? Well, I don't know who's watching this, so I'm not going to say certain things I've heard or seen. But something funny I could think of is we were hungry, and so Matthew decided to take a minivan. I'm not going to say whose van it was. And it was like 1 a.m. We decided to go get McDonald's. So Matthew opened up all the doors, and he drifted a minivan down a dirt road. And we couldn't stop laughing. It was hilarious and awesome. And a little crazy.
The second funniest thing I think I've done with Matthew, or Matthew has done, is it was at my birthday at Riley's parents' old cottage. And he did 2 things there. One, he showed up in his white jumpsuit, very intoxicated. He shows up, and the first thing he does with his white jumpsuit is ride a little tricycle down a muddy hill and falls in the mud and soaks himself. And I found that hilarious. And the other one he did is we went jumping on this little rock, down this little rock slide, and he jumps in, bangs up his knee, bangs up his head, and gets mildly injured. But it was hilarious.
The funniest thing I've seen Matthew do is when we were at the cottage, Will, Matthew, and I decided to climb up the waterfall. We were exploring, walking around. Matthew was fully clothed, normal clothes, and he went to step onto a rock, but it was a mossy patch, like over top of the water, and he fell in, and his clothes were disgusting. Good times. Another funny moment was when we were all playing Super Mario in the basement, and Matthew lost a round, and he threw his head into the pole and told us all he fell into it. Amazing. How does he come up with it? I don't know. 10 is fine, but it was the funniest thing ever, and I still laugh about it to this day.
Alright, the funniest thing I've seen Matthew do. Oh, this is a good one. So one day we were in Port Elgin, and we had the afternoon off. We were going to be doing a show at night, and we were looking for something to do. And I thought, let's rent some kayaks and go kayaking down the Saugeen River. So a whole bunch of us got our kayaks together, and we're like kayaking down, and it was going like nice and peacefully. There wasn't rapids or anything. It was like a nice leisurely paddle. And then the next thing I know, I look behind, and Matthew's kayak is stuck in a tree. Like the tree had fallen over the river, and he got wedged in the tree. He was actually stuck in the tree. So, no, wait a minute. That wasn't Matthew. That was Robert. Oh, never mind. Forget it.
What's one of the nicest things Matthew has done for you? Okay, this is also, he does more nice things than he does funny things, actually. He will drive anywhere just to see me and just to hang out with me. He will fly to Vegas just to hang out with me. He loves his friends so much, and he will always be there for you. Like, no matter, like, if I'm playing a show, not even anywhere near him, he'll, like, come all the way to see me. He's a really good friend. He's a really good friend. Not as good as William. But pretty close. Not close.
It's hard to pick just one nice thing that Matthew's done for me, because he's nice to me all the time, pretty much. So I would say, like, just always picking me up to hang out and driving me home at the end of the night. There are plenty of other people he doesn't have to go out of his way to hang out with, but he wants to see me.
What's one of the nicest things Matthew Martin has done for me? Probably pay for gas at McDonald's and drive my butt around. It's probably the nicest thing he's done for me that I can think of off the top of my head.
Something nice he did. Okay, it was my birthday. By the way, my birthday is July 12th. It's coming up. So on my birthday a few years ago, it was a significant birthday, and everybody knows I love Coca-Cola Classic. So Matthew gave everybody at the party, there was like 30 or 40 people, gave everybody a can of Coke, told them, shake the Coke, pull it open, and then spray me down so I would be covered in Coca-Cola bubbles, and that would be awesome. And it was great. It was like the best birthday, except, no, that wasn't Matthew. That was my wife that did that. Forget it.
Well, I can tell you the meanest thing he's ever done to me, and that is when I was leaving their house, I had this bag of Burger King, and he said, "Oh, don't worry about that, Fletcher. I'll take it to the garbage for you." And I thought, oh, what a nice guy. Next time I come over, he goes, I left your Burger King on the floor. And he let Vern find it, and I have never been respected since. The Burger King bag is a legend, and I did not leave it on the floor, but he did, and blamed it on me. But the nice thing that I do think Matthew has done for me is when I was buying my Sea-Doo, he came all the way to Oshawa with me and talked this little Asian man out of $300 off the price. So thank you, Matthew, for that.
What's the nicest thing Matthew's ever done for me? I couldn't possibly choose. The man is just a machine that is constantly dispensing out nice gestures. But one of the nicest things he's ever done for me was one night I got a Snapchat from him, and it was a ticket confirmation to go see The Lonely Island. And he said, "This one's on me." So he drove us to Detroit to see The Lonely Island, and we had the best and craziest time. It was great. You had to be there.
The nicest thing Matthew has ever done was very recent, well, one that comes to mind. When we purchased the Bieber tickets for a large sum of money, Matthew showed up to my door and he was like, "Hey, if you wanna, I can transfer you the tickets and you can just take Owen and I'll go home." And I was like, what? You're crazy. Like, large sum of money. And he was just willing to give it up so I could go with my little brother.
One of the nicest things Matthew's done for me? Buy me this hat, of course.
Probably one of the nicest things that Matthew ever did was to bring his friend to a Valentine's Day show in Bradford at a restaurant that I had never performed at before, and I didn't know anyone, and of course it was Valentine's Day and everybody sort of had their own agenda, and I was just a little bit shaky anyways, because Valentine's Day, not one of my favorite holidays, and you've got just as many people out there who are not celebrating love. I mean, you never know what to play. You're going to do a song for lovers on a lover's day, but then there's a lot of single people out there too who are just kind of out and about. So yeah, Matthew showed up at this place. It was a little Italian joint, if I remember. It was in Bradford. Totally not expecting to see him, and it was great because I played more or less like the entire show to him and his friend, and that was probably the nicest thing that he ever did. Among all the other things, when it comes to nice, Matthew Martin, that's where it's at. He is nice. He's the poster child for nice. If you want to add a little bit more niceness in your life, get yourself a bracelet from Genesis 2 that says, "What would Matthew do?"
So I'd say over the years, Matthew has done a lot of nice things for me, stuff that he didn't have to do, but he's always been there. And anytime I ask him for help in any situation, he's always there. But I'd say some of the nicest things that he has done for me is for the past 2 years now, he's changed the tires on my car for summer and winter. And then he also sold my Ford Taurus, which my mom hated and thought I was going to get in a car accident. Not the right car, Mom. Anyways, he sold my Ford Taurus, and that was a few years back. But that's one of the biggest things I feel like that he's done, and he's done so many other little things for me that, really helping out all the time. So, thanks, Matthew.
I would say the nicest thing Matthew has ever done for me is just always be there. You need to go somewhere, be there. You need this, be there. You need money for no reason when you don't deserve it, he's there.
What's the nicest thing Marty's ever done for me?
How long? Let me think. I don't know. 5 or 6 years, I guess. Yeah. And how's it going? I don't know. Like, it is what it is, I guess.
How long have I known Matthew Martin, and how's it going? It's going great. I haven't seen him in a long time. It's fantastic. How long though? Probably like 6 or 7 years, something like that. I can't really remember. It's around there.
I've known Matthew for a very, very long time. And when we met, he hated me, which is to be expected and understandable. But now it's going great.
I've known of Matthew for a while. But we really got to know each other over quarantine. Last year is when it's going pretty good, I'd say, so far.
So I've known Matthew for 5 years now. And honestly, it's going great. Like, I'm so happy. Well, meeting him has, like, changed my life, and, meeting Will and that whole situation. But a lot has happened in 5 years, and, I've lived with him, and I'm going to change things. So I'm just happy to know him and to be a part of his life and his family's, and see him as family too. And, very important in my life. So hope you feel the same.
I have known Matthew for 4 years now, almost. Amazing guy. So glad that we met. We've had so many fun times. Get to hang out with the best people because of him. You know what I mean? Just an overall great guy. Glad to have him in my life.
Fortunately for me, I've known him my whole life. And how's it going? It's the best. He's the best brother you could have.
How long have I known Matthew Martin? It has been a long time. I've known him his whole life. I met his older sister Ellen when she was 2, so not strong in the maths and sciences. I'll let you all do the calculations. It's been a long time, and I look forward to many, many more years and celebrations and musical performances and hanging out and meals. And, probably a good time to congratulate you on the new home as well. Looking forward to availing myself of that guest room.
I've known Matthew since I was a small child. I knew him mostly as Will's brother and the guy who would play Call of Duty with us when I came over to his house. Then we didn't hang out for quite a while. And then once we started hanging out again, we became friends, and now we are good friends, and I'm glad to be friends with Matthew.
We've almost known each other for 10 years now. It's a little over 9, I think. We're almost 9. Going pretty good. We talk about everything, and don't keep any secrets, and laugh about pretty well anything that happens to one another.
I've known Matthew for 7 years now, and it's going pretty good. I would hate to go back to not knowing Matthew.
How long have you known Matthew? How's that going? I don't know, 2011? 2011? That's like, what, 11 years? Whoa. Met you in 2011, and I've known you for 11 years. And if we put our wieners together, it's 11 inches. Not right in the middle. I'm not going to say who's... Yeah, I've known Matthew for a while. He's come to many shows. I've gone to many house parties. I've seen him put an entire bottle of liquor in his mouth. He just... 10 seconds. It's crazy.
What's your favorite thing about Matthew?
My favorite thing about Matthew Martin is that he will do anything for anybody. Even at great personal risk and injury, he will get it done. That's what's my favorite. He does stupid things for people that shouldn't be done, but he does them.
My favorite thing about Matthew? Okay, well, we get together to work out in my home gym, and we do this every couple of weeks or a couple of months or whenever he phones me back. And so we get together, and he comes to the door, and he's got like this nice boyish smile, and he's always happy, he's always in a good mood, and he pats the dog, and the dog loves him, and like, I guess that's my favorite thing about him, is he lifts me up. He's such a happy guy. And this time I'm not kidding. He's a happy guy. Thanks, Matthew.
I've got a few favorite things about Matthew. One of them, though, I think, is his honest and blatant commitment to the truth. That man, honesty is just in his blood. It's just like he doesn't even know how to lie. It's incredible. And I would say my other favorite thing about him is this monkey.
Holy shit! Sorry, I just saw an accident. Oh my god, as I started filming, I saw an accident. Okay, my favorite thing about Matthew, kind of goes along with, the niceness. He is just the kindest guy you will ever meet. No matter what is going on in his life, no matter who's done him wrong, he will always make sure that he helps others out before him. He's a hardworking guy. He's funny. He tries a little bit too hard in that department. But he's just a great guy, you know? You definitely want to add him to your roster if you're playing, yeah.
Some of my favorite things about Matthew. Well, there's a lot. He's pretty good all around. Well, he is kind and he's caring and he's always very supportive of his friends and making sure. Sometimes he puts other people first a little too much. He needs to put himself first a bit more. But other than that, and one of my favorite things right now is seeing how happy he is all around and being 100% like himself and just, always up for a good time and trying to just enjoy all of his friends' company and he just overall seems really happy right now and that makes me happy. So, yeah.
My favorite thing about you is that no matter what happens, you're always there to stick up or support somebody, whatever they need, whenever they need it. You're always there to lend a helping hand, and you always strive to keep everybody happy, and you'll forfeit your own happiness for other people to be happy. It's a really crazy trait to have, really good trait to have.
One of my favorite things about Matthew is no matter what, he'll be there. He's got your back.
What's my favorite thing about Matthew? That's hard. Not a lot. I'm gonna say his kindness, probably. He's very kind, and all kidding aside, he's very kind, very nice.
My favorite thing about Matthew, it is hard to choose. He's a hell of a guy. You should meet him sometime. But I'd say my favorite thing about him is how funny he is. Whether he's trying to be or not, he is just the funniest guy to be around. And I don't think I've laughed so hard in my life than just being around this man.
There's never one favorite thing that you have about a dear family friend. There's several favorite things. I mean, the first thought, he's always well dressed. He's always wearing pants. I think that's probably my favorite thing. I mean, sure, shorts at the cottage, but you know what I mean? Like he understands that in this day and age that it's a good thing to be well dressed. He's always smiling, always encouraging. That's probably I probably should have led with that. He is ever the encourager, and that's my favorite thing about Matthew.
What's your favorite thing about Matthew? What's not to love about Matthew? He's got a killer bod. He's funny. I don't know. I think Matthew's kindness. I like Matthew's kindness a lot. He's not afraid to be real, and even if it goes against his best interests, he'll always put someone else first. Even when his whole family begs him, please don't do this, he will do it because somebody else is more important than him. Saying it out loud makes me feel like he needs to go to therapy, but it's a good natured thing to have, I guess. Selflessness to a point.
I think my favorite thing about Matthew is just how much he loves to serve the needs of other people, whatever you need. A ride, a bed to sleep in for the night, money. He's got you covered.
So, there you have it. He's an honest guy, a stand-up friend, and has never told a day in his life. That's Matthew in a nutshell.
Oh, so I think this is the part where I wish you happy birthday?
How are you going to wish Matthew a happy birthday?
Happy birthday, Matthew. Hope you had a great one. Can't wait to celebrate. 25. It's the big one this year.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, Matthew.
Love you, man. Happy birthday. Hope it's a good one.
Happy birthday, Matthew. Can't wait to go to the Dominican. Party it up. Gonna be fun. Can't wait to celebrate your big day. 25.
Marty. Matthew. Matt? Ew, I don't like saying that. Anyways, Matthew, happy birthday. I love you. I can't wait to go to Japan or Vegas or somewhere with you again. You're great. You're fantastic. I love sending you car memes. I love hearing your opinions on those car memes. I love sending you Simpson memes. I'm very happy for you. I'm very happy you finally get to move out and be your own person. Finally moving in with Colin, despite what both of your parents will think about the two of you living together. I think it's very brave. And I still remember in Vegas when you talked about the two of you getting the adoption papers, but you were afraid of what your parents would say about the two of you and a child. By the way, if you want to know where I am right now, open the closet door. I'm in the closet, waiting for you. Bye, I love you. Check the closet.
All right. I'll wish him happy birthday. I hope the neighbors don't get mad. Happy birthday, Matthew. Hope you have a great day. Take care.
So, happy birthday, Matthew. Hope you have a wonderful day today and have a great time at the party. And I'm so excited to see how this year goes for you. I think it'll be a great year ahead. So.
Matthew, happy birthday. You're 25. I'm catching up to you though. I'm 23, 24 this year. So soon, next year, we'll be the same age. It'll be quite a scene. Happy birthday.
How am I going to wish Matthew a happy birthday? Well, I got this megaphone. I just hope the neighbors don't mind. What? Scott Jackson did this already? Okay. Well, I guess I'll just get him this Mad Catter BattleBots t-shirt.
So, from all of us here in my bed, from us to you, happy birthday, Matthew.
Happy birthday to you. Bum, 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 bum. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Smithies. Mr. Martin. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
What's one of the nicest things
I don't have
Matthew
an
has
answer for
done
that
for
one.
you?
I told you that already.
Matthew's an asshole.
No.
Okay.
Good man you are, Matthew. Yes, good man.
I truly think, looking back on it now, that it was truly an honor just to be nominated for a small walk-on role in a birthday video. You know, and the fact that Fletcher won the award, well, I mean, that hugely magnifies that honor. I think that Fletcher really gave it his all. I've always been a fan of Fletcher, and I will continue to look to him for inspiration as I hone my craft. And just please call me for the gig next year. I'd love that. I really would.
How are you going to wish Matthew a happy birthday? This is where you just wish him a happy birthday. See? That's one thing that you got on William there. You're not a demanding asshole. Just kidding, William. I'm kidding. Who knows? I've said it so many times and taken it back so many times. Who will know if it's true or not? Whoa! You look just like Matt Thiessen. But I don't like calling him Matt Thiessen either. It's Matthew. Ooh. Matthew Thiessen. Matthew Thiessen. Matthew Martin. Syllables. Matthew Thiessen. Matthew Martin. Whoa. Are you the singer of Reliant K? Okay.